room, let's collide. Streaming hot takes, combat in overdrive. Chairs flying, bodies on the ground. Preview last night's show, no holds unbound. Smell the sweat, hear the roar, feel the pain. Tagging folks in, dialogue insane. Matt's on the mat, Vince's vendetta. Analyze the best moves, no meta. Friday night fights, Grun's room delight. Hit the play button, commentary tight. Top rope bleep, slams in sight. Podcast reverberates, breaking tonight. Heel turns crazy, face gains momentum. Captured every moment, endless venom. New champs, shock the crowd. Replay, breakdown, critics stand proud. Raw emotions, no disqualifications. Table smashes, fierce altercations. Belt changes hands, crowd erupts. We dissect each drop kick, no one interrupts. Friday night fights, Grun's room delight. Hit the play button, commentary tight. Top rope leap, slams in sight. Podcast reverberates, breaking tonight. Raw emotions, no disqualifications. Table smashes, fierce altercations. Belt changes hands, crowd erupts. We dissect each drop kick, no one interrupts. Friday night fights, Grun's room delight. Hit the play button, commentary tight. Top rope leap, slams in sight. Podcast reverberates, breaking tonight. No, got it. Microphone blazing, Grun's room, let's collide. Streaming hot takes, combat in overdrive. Yeah, chairs flying, bodies on the ground. Review last night's show, no holds unbound. No holds unbound. Smell the sweat, hear the roar, feel the pain. Tagging folks in, dialogue insane. Matt's on the mat, Vince's vendetta. Analyze the best moves, no meta. Friday night fights, Grun's room delight. Hit the play button, commentary tight. Top rope leap, slams in sight. Podcast reverberates, breaking tonight. Heel turns crazy, face gains momentum. Catch it every moment, endless venom. New champs, shock the crowd. Replay, breakdown, critics stand proud. Raw emotions, no disqualifications. Table smashes, fierce altercation. Belt changes hands, crowd erupts. We dissect each drop kick, no one interrupts. Microphone blazing, Grun's room, let's collide. Streaming hot takes, combat in overdrive. Yeah, chairs flying, bodies on the ground. Review last night's show, no holds unbound. No holds unbound. Got it.
Think about it once. You can't rule, you know. I'm with the right.
Microphone blazing, Grun's room, let's collide. Streaming hot takes, combat in overdrive. Chairs flying, bodies on the ground. Preview last night's show, no holds unbound. Smell the sweat, hear the roar, feel the pain. Tagging folks in, dialogue insane. Matt's on the mat, Vince's vendetta. Analyze the best moves, no meta. Friday night fights, Grun's room delight. Hit the play button, commentary tight. Top rope leap, slams in sight. Podcast reverberates, breaking tonight. Heel turns crazy, face gains momentum. Captured every moment, endless venom. New champs, shock the crowd. Replay, breakdown, critics stand proud. Raw emotions, no disqualifications. Table smashes, fierce altercations. Belt changes hands, crowd erupts. We dissect each drop kick, no one interrupts. Friday night fights, Grun's room delight. Hit the play very tight. Top rope leap, slams in sight. Podcast reverberates, break into night.
What is going on? It is the Grunmeister, and you know what time it is. It is Friday. It is 7:05 p.m. It is time for another Grun's Room Smackdown Review Preview Show. Oh, once again, I am your host, Grunmeister. You can all call me Grun. We do have some breaking news over here because it seems that Seth Rollins has been issued a challenge for WrestleMania by Post Malone. Post Malone thinks he and Seth Rollins got beef. You can put that on paper too. Me, Seth Rollins, WrestleMania 2026. Come on, baby, says Post Malone. No, I think I'm gonna go with no. No thanks, Post Malone. I don't think I want to see you wrestle Seth Rollins ever. Okay, like be a fan, cool, be cool, dude, but no. Check out the rest of In Your House Wrestling podcast content that we put out. You got to check out the Monday Night Raw review hosted by the voice Joshua Joseph, co-hosted by myself, the Blue-Eyed Villain, and Kevin Calloway, the Chaos Goblin. You got to check out the Raw deal with House and O'Neil, hosted by Alacon, the Concept House, co-hosted by Divinely Designed Annie O'Neil. You got to check out the ECW Watch-Alongs, hosted by the voice Joshua Joseph. However, on those nights, he is also the educator of Extreme. He is co-hosted and joined by the boss, Alacon, the Concept House. They watch ECW, not WWE ECW. No, okay, don't worry, you guys don't have to watch that with him, but you do get to watch Sandman, Sabu, Tommy Dreamer, or the Dudleys, all of the ECW legends. It's back when ECW was pure ECW. Got to check that out. And also, you got to check out the Sunday house parties. They're always popping, always great episodes. Was personally my favorite that we do because you never know who's going to show up, and you don't always know how crazy it's going to get on a Sunday house party. So you got to show up there. You got to check that out. Now, with that in the, I'm for real. Post Malone said that he wants a match with Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 2026. We all know that's not really going to happen. So, Post, just, I don't know, do literally anything else, please. Thank you. We had a Clash in Paris this past weekend. And it was actually a better show than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was kind of going to be a throwaway, but no, like overall it was a good show. Except for the Becky Lynch, Nikki Bella Women's Intercontinental title match. You can skip that. You can absolutely skip that match. It wasn't good. Becky tried. Becky, we all know Becky. She does her best. But Nikki Bella can't wrestle. She's not good at it. She's barely passable. What is not barely passable is her husband. Her husband is extremely passable because he is John Cena. I'm sorry, ex-husband. Yes, ex-husband. John Cena is an absolute scholar. He is absolutely one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time, one of the greatest trash talkers, one of the greatest everything. Like he has, and actually at Clash in Paris, he showcased he can do a lot more moves than we ever thought. The 5 moves of doom was directly tied to John Cena because, well, he only ever really did 5 moves in a match. And yet, in his match with Logan Paul, he busted out another 20, 30 moves that we've never seen him do before. Like, oh, well, you know what? John Cena actually can wrestle. I guess we forgot about that. Yeah, you did. But it started this past SmackDown this past Friday night on SmackDown, John Cena once again verbally eviscerating Logan Paul. Hulk calling out Logan Paul because Logan Paul's an outsider. He's a wannabe. He's playing this internet influencer persona, which he kind of is, but John Cena's also saying, like, trying to tell us that, yo, guys, I know Logan Paul. This is not an exaggerated Logan Paul. This is a completely different version of Logan Paul that you guys are seeing. Like, so, and you know what? I think that's it. I think John Cena has just told us why we don't like Logan Paul. Why people are having, like, they respect his ability, but people aren't coming around to him. It's simply because we can see fake. We know when people are being fake, when people are not being genuine or being an exaggerated version of themselves. Mello, I think he is being himself, but he's not being an exaggerated version of himself, which unfortunately can make him seem uninteresting. But like I said, we all think Mello's got a lot of talent. We just need to bring out the absolute. We need to find the thing in him that's going to set him apart from everybody else. And I think Miz is doing that. I'll give him. Miz is obvious is definitely one of the best people to put with somebody. If, like, hey, we need you to get just we need to pull something out of you. We're gonna set you up with Miz. Always a good thing because Miz doesn't really do bad matches. He doesn't really do bad stories. And this story with John Cena and Logan Paul took a twist because the kid from Belgium, from the was it no, it wasn't the it was after Mania. It wasn't Raw after, but I think it was. I can't remember when that was, but they were in Belgium for some reason. I don't remember why. Um, and the kid that John Cena completely disrespected was in the crowd at the ramp, and John Cena made things right, apologized to the kid. Some fans near him were trying to get their moment with John Cena too. Screw you guys. Okay. I'm done. I'm done with you guys. We have I talked about him earlier. He is the voice, Joshua Joseph, the educator of Extreme, one of the brains of IYH. He is one of the most important members of IYH. Granted, we're all important in our own way. Wait, Josh, he guides us on Monday nights. He gets Extreme on Thursdays. He adds his own shenanigans on Sundays. He also lets us know who to hate, like Ivy Nile. Thank you for showing. Like you said, the voice. He is nothing more than a believer in IYH. And Josh, we love you because you keep giving us the strength. You keep firing us up, man. You got fire in you, and you spray it around. We love it. Thank you, brother. Yeah, fuck Ivy. Fuck Ivy Nigel. Yeah, just talking about your favorite professional wrestler of all time, John Cena. Now he went uber super babyface when he made things right with the kid that he trash talked in Belgium when they were in France this past Friday night on SmackDown. And John Cena apologized, called Logan Paul a dumbass, called Logan Paul a wannabe, and I can't speak like John Cena, so I'm not gonna try. But you guys got to go check out John Cena's promo on Logan Paul from last week's SmackDown. It was another fantastic promo from John Cena that completely eviscerated Logan Paul. Oh, and that would actually lead to John Cena beating Logan Paul at Clash in Paris. But funny thing is, after the show, Logan Paul went to Instagram posted, and like you can just by the way, I see that he is making sure all those he hurts are now healed. Yes, yes, he absolutely is. He is. He is. He is righting all the wrongs. Um, yes, Joshua Joseph is speaking facts because, quite honestly, John Cena has proven time again that he is truly the GOAT. And it's hard to argue with that now. With that being said, I will say I did listen to Jake Hager's interview with Chris Van Vliet that came out a week or two ago, and Jake Hager did say that he was told that the reason why John Cena never put him over is because John Cena didn't want to. And there have been over a dozen people at this point saying that at that time, yeah, John Cena was very much like put me over or I'm not doing it. And so yeah, we kind of just accept that it's fact now that John Cena at that time in his career was very selfish and did not want to put anybody over, regardless of what his reasons were. But John Cena is trying to protect pro wrestling from people like Logan Paul, who could be a weapon of good for pro wrestling, but Logan Paul is just being an asshole. And we got to do something about that. What something else we got to do about is Chelsea Green losing. I really want her to stop losing or bring in Ethan Page. Please, pretty please, put Ethan Page and Chelsea Green together. I swear I'll be a good boy. Please do it. It's Chelsea Green had a match with Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss was able to pick up the win after she was blocked from nailing her Twisted Bliss by Chelsea Green. Actually, Chelsea Green avoided the Twisted Bliss. Chelsea Green tried to get her with the Unprettier, did not work. Or Alexa Bliss ended up hitting her sister Abigail, getting the win. However, immediately after the match, Alba Fire would, yeah, I want Chelsea Green and Ethan Page. Are you kidding me? That could not be a more perfect matchup. Are you kidding me? Ethan Page and Chelsea Green would be a match. Are you kidding me? That is money. Okay, you can see it. Ethan Page and Chelsea Green, two Canadians, just bragging about how great Canada is, how great they are, and how they represent America better than anybody else. Like, I see perfectly that they would absolutely get the most heat you could possibly imagine. They would be printing money just having them in the ring together. They don't have to say anything. They just have to stand there. It's money. It's free money. Put Ethan Page and Chelsea Green together, please. It is a match made in heaven. What also seems to be a match made in heaven is Chelsea Green, Alba Fire, and Piper Niven. Chelsea and Alba attacked Alexa Bliss after the match, leaving her down and out. And then Charlotte Flair hobbled her way down the ring after being attacked earlier. Okay. Hey, it's just reading something. Flair was unable to save Alexa Bliss in this beatdown. But we know that or at least I'm pretty sure that Alba Fire and Piper Niven should be receiving a women's title match soon. Or is that tonight? That might be. No, that is not tonight. No, but there is a championship match tonight. There which should be pretty good, hopefully. Up next we had Meechin. There was a backstage segment where Meechin was speaking with Kiana James with Julia showing up halfway through the segment. When Michin was trying to get her championship match against Julia, Kiana James would end up accepting a match against Michin. Now Michin would pick up the win in 3 to 4 seconds as Kiana James turned her back. Michin rolled her up 1, 2, 3 for the win. However, we're clear this is not about boosting up Kiana James. This is about making Julia look like a monster. Because after the match, Julia attacked Michin, and with Kiana James' help, hit the, what do they call the art of war? Art knee strike? I believe that is what it's called, Julia's finisher. Then there was a promo with Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre, in which Drew McIntyre gave Randy Orton a Glasgow kiss and ultimately was going to get an RKO if it wasn't for security and Shane Helms. Shane Helms ate an RKO along with all security. Like, damn it, Randy. Hurricane doesn't wrestle anymore. Okay, don't RKO Hurricane. Come on, we love Hurricane. There was a tag team match between the Street Profits and Mellow Don't Miz. The Street Profits would end up picking up the win, not necessarily because Miz, but more because of the Wyatt Six distracted Miz. The Wyatt Six didn't really do anything other than show up. And they completely had Miz distracted when Mello was looking to make a tag. Dawkins gets tagged in by Montez. And puts down, knocks out Miz. Was giving him and Montez the time they needed to hit their finisher and grab the win. Afterwards, they did stare down the Wyatt Six as Nick Aldis did make it clear that the winner of this match would be the ones to face the Wyatt Six at Clash in Paris. And I'll tell you this, at Clash in Paris, the Wyatt Six versus Street Profits, it was a pretty good match. This definitely showcased that Dexter Lumis is a great, showcase that Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy both in ring are fantastic wrestlers. They are absolutely great. Gacy definitely, he's pretty good. I could be buttering this up, making this sound better, but Josh said it was a decent, and yeah, I don't remember everything in the match. I do remember that, yeah, Gacy and Loomis as a tag team showed a lot more than they have since winning the tag team titles, which is great. The Street Profits, they came out with some Borderlands 4 themed gear here, and I mean, yeah, it looked cool. The Borderlands entrance looked cool. Well, ultimately, the Wyatt Six would win. After the match, though, Dawkins and Montez seemed to be staring each other down like it was the other person's fault why they lost. And so this has been a talking point for the last couple years. Oh, they're going to split up the Street Profits. And we keep on saying, no, they shouldn't split them up. We need them as a tag team. It could be that is where they're going. It could be that they're heading for a split. Montez and Dawkins each as singles competitors. No idea how that's going to go, though, because we know a lot of people have been saying, Angelo Dawkins is the Marty Jannetty, and Montez Ford is Shawn Michaels. No, Angelo Dawkins is a great wrestler himself, and he got a pretty good promo. Granted, yeah, we've really only seen both of them cut promos as a tag team, but it's hey, I mean, if you can cut a promo as a tag team, you should, in theory, be able to cut a promo as a singles wrestler. We've seen it from the Dudleys. Both Bubba Ray and Devon individually can cut great promos. Triple H and Shawn Michaels were a tag team for a while. We know they're great promos. We know that who else? The Hardys, Matt and Jeff. Like Jeff's a pretty decent promo. Well, Matt Hardy's definitely a far better promo worker. Sure, and then Dexter Loomis and Joe Gacy. I have faith that Joe Gacy can cut a really good promo. Dexter Loomis, I believe he should be at least decent, but he hasn't had a lot of talking parts for quite some time. So hopefully something happens. Hopefully the Wyatt Six gets a new fire lit under their ass and we fall in love with them again. Hopefully, but we'll see. Yeah, after that match from that tag team match from Smackdown, we had our main event. Right now, Joshua Joseph on Twitch saying right now to me, fact is, Gacy is that it is the weakest. Yeah, Gacy does have like it is no. I don't think it. I don't think anyone would argue with me that Gacy does just mannerisms and the way he wrestles is not too different from how Bray Wyatt wrestled or how Bray Wyatt looked. Um, Gacy is also the youngest, I believe, of the entire Wyatt Six. Uh, Samuel Shaw, Dexter Loomis, he's been wrestling since the early 2000s. So he's close to 20 years in this industry. Nikki Cross is probably in her mid 30s, mid to late 30s. Eric Rowan's probably close to 40. Bo Dallas is probably close to 40. And Joe Gacy needs to be the one to that comes out looking the best. And right now, if I was gonna pick a weakest, I'd probably pick Joe Gacy because look, Nikki Cross, even though she is completely and totally underutilized in the WWE, uh, she is absolutely does more with the minimal stuff that she does than Joe Gacy. The voice saying Gacy has no smooth moments in the ring. It's more clunky, large guy. I'm not buying it. Yeah, because he's not really that big of a guy to begin with, but he kind of wrestles like he's bigger than he is or thicker than he is, and it's like 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 it's kind of like the same problem I got with Trill London, who's on WWE LFG season 2. He likes to compare himself to Jeff Hardy. He likes using a lot of the same moves Jeff Hardy does, and I'm like, that's cool, man. Everybody loves Jeff Hardy, but I want to know who Trill London is. I don't want Black Jeff Hardy. Okay, so I'm sure we could find those. I want to know what makes Trill London step break out from the pack. Joe Gacy, I want to find out what makes you different from everyone else in the Wyatt Six. Joe Gacy had a really good run in NXT, a lot of great matches, which is a lot. It seems like he knows how to do storytelling really well, and unfortunately, he's been thrown into this position. And from what we've seen in the past, when you're thrown into this position in WWE, you don't get a lot of room outside of moving away from that. And if you can't do something amazing with that, I don't know what to do with you. I'm sorry. I wouldn't mind seeing a version of the House of Black in WWE. My only problem is that is it just going to be Wyatt 6 2.0 and nothing gets accomplished in pushing new talent? And that is definitely going to be something to look out for. But our main event match was Solo Sikoa defending his United States Championship against Sami Zayn. The MFTs got involved. Jimmy Uso and Jacob Fatu came out to take out the MFTs. And by the end of the match, it was Sami Zayn hitting one Helluva kick halfway to the ring, running back to the opposite corner, hitting a second Helluva kick, And yes, you guessed it, Sami Zayn is your new United States champion. If you're wondering why I sound disappointed, it's because I am. The Lou is a bitch on Twitch. What's up, bitch? How you doing? Love you, brother. Glad to see you here. Just talking about the most depressing part of SmackDown from last week. And no, it wasn't the fact that Jade Cargill gets a title match against Tiffany Stratton. It wasn't that. The most depressing part was not that we have to see again Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. That is depressing. It's not the most depressing. Most depressing is that Sami Zayn is the new United States champion. Here's why it's depressing. Everything was saying, oh, Solo Sikoa is going to be in a feud with Jacob Fatu for a while, and Jacob Fatu is going to be the one to dethrone Solo Sikoa, and he's going to force Jacob Fatu into a position where Solo has to fight Jacob one-on-one, and then we find out that Solo can't win matches on his own. On further solidifying how badass Jacob Fatu is, and showing that and forcing Solo Sikoa into a position where he needs to elevate. Right? So Solo has an opportunity to grow and change into a better competitor. Jacob Fatu gets a title back, like further solidifying how badass he is. Instead, we go with the direction of we're going to put a title on Sami Zayn because we want Sami Zayn to be world champion by the end of 2026. Not looking forward to this. Not looking forward to 2026. The Lou on Twitch over asking, well, can't get any worse of a match, right? Wrong, Lou. Wrong. Sammy is bring what? I'm not sure I understand what you're saying, Josh. But I will say this, Lou. There was boring. Yes, I am going to agree with that because Sami Zayn alone doesn't really excite me. Sami Zayn fighting an uphill battle against Gunther excites me. Sami Zayn fighting an uphill battle against Roman Reigns excites me. Sami Zayn doing goofy, silly shit with Usos excites me. I mean, Sami Zayn needs others in order for himself to look good. And I get that's the industry. You need to be able to work with other people. If you can't work that well with others, like you can't, there's no way you're going to survive. But alone, Sami Zayn, I don't know, and I still don't know what makes him so special because I get the underdog from the underground thing. Like I get it. I get it. People love the underdog. That's why Mysterio was hot for so long. That's why people loved Eddie Guerrero because he was a lot smaller than half the talent. That's why people love cruiserweights because they kind of fight differently than everybody else, and they're an easy guy to. Everyone loves rooting for the underdog. Like oh God, I hope that doesn't happen for Sammy's sake. No. What is the most exciting thing right now in WWE? Feels like everything has been on a downfall lately. John Cena is the most exciting thing, right? John Cena or I think I'm gonna get some hate for this. I'm gonna say the Vision is more exciting, or at least Seth Rollins and what's going on with him and CM Punk. I think that's more exciting. But at the same time, I'm not disagreeing with the idea that WWE is in a lull period. I do think overall the content's not as great as it had been from last year up to maybe earlier this year. It's definitely tapered off. That is, I'm definitely not going to argue against that. And it seems like AEW is not capitalizing on this at all, especially with the fact that WWE have just basically confirmed that we, the fans, are going to have to pay more money now to watch the WWE PLEs. He's. I still need to check. And double check. Maybe somebody here knows or doesn't. I think the NXT PLEs are still on Peacock or not. I can't remember what exactly I heard. Something with NXT and Peacock. I thought maybe I think I heard that NXT PLEs are still going to be on Peacock, but I could be wrong about that. I could have misheard. The Lewin chat and Twitch chat saying last couple of years were more exciting than this year. This year is definitely, and it's I we're gonna have to call it. It's a year where you had Lyra Valkyria debut, you had Roxanne Perez come up, you had um John Cena announce his retirement, you had what else? Roman Reigns took some time off, came back. And like this has been an interesting year. The Wyatt Six, I believe, debuted. No, it was last year. The Wyatt Six debuted. It's been it's been an interesting year to say the least. Actually, no, Lyra Valkyrie didn't debut this year. Roxanne Perez did. Lyra Valkyrie debuted last year. That's what I'm thinking. Thinking, it's yeah, it's definitely it's a weird year. It's not WWE's best year financially. It probably is financially, but that's because of the deals that they've been striking up. TKO wanting to boost the value of WWE, which seems to be the goal, and they'll probably end up selling WWE at some point to somebody else because they're going to want their money back. And I swear to God, I wanted to find a billionaire that is just like, wait, you guys are selling the WWE? I love the WWE. Buy it, sell it to me, sell it to me, sell it to me. That is exactly what I want. And Lou, you're making a good point. Football is back at the at a perfect time. Yeah. Um, I think also W don't try as hard to compete with the NFL. They're like, we're going to lose viewers. Like that is just something we need to accept. That people know that they can watch us back later or watch the highlights later. They so we're so they tell their shareholders like we like you want us to actually combat with the fucking NFL. We're not going to win that fight. So we're not going to try that. Jeff Jeff Lurie by the WWE, Howie Roseman can run it. Look, Howie Roseman is a fantastic general manager. Howie Roseman has been with the organization for 25 years. Loyalty, and clearly he knows what he's doing. Okay? 25 years ago. So now, I don't remember when guys like Brian Westbrook, Brian Dawkins, T.O., Donovan McNabb came to Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Eagles. But 25 years ago, that implies that Howie Roseman helped select those players to be on our team. Howie Roseman was involved in picking Carson Wentz, Nick Foles, Zach Ertz. He was involved in bringing in Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, maybe Nick Sirianni, maybe. I imagine if Jeff Lurie was going to ask somebody his opinion, I imagine Jeff Lurie was going to be one of the people. I imagine Jeff Lurie would have asked Howie Roseman, "Hey, who do you like as head coach?" Oh, I like Nick Sirianni. I think he'd be a good fit. And we fucking love them. We love Howie. I don't think Jeff Lurie has. I'm curious now. I am very, very curious now. How much is Jeffrey Lurie worth? We've gone off the rails. We are no longer. We're talking about WWE. We are talking football because I am an Eagles fan. Jeff Lurie. Okay. Okay. So TKO, I think, are $12 billion in debt. I think it was, or 6 billion, or 3 billion. Um, and probably not. Howie Roseman probably hasn't been GM the entire time, but he's probably been GM for a good chunk. So, it is unlikely that Jeff Lurie would be able to purchase the WWE from TKO. As it is stating, Jeff Lurie is worth an estimate has an estimated net worth of $5.3 billion according to Forbes. It is unfortunate. But Jeffrey Lurie will not become the new owner of the WWE anytime soon, unfortunately. Jeff Bezos, on the other hand, maybe, probably. Let's see how bored he gets. He might buy it outright, and what he does with it, better hope he likes it, because otherwise he'll just sell it again. Okay. So Lou is making a very, very valid point that $5.3 billion, yes, to you, to me, to probably most of our viewers, most of our listeners, $5.3 billion is still a lot of money. The problem is, as I said, TKO is in a lot of debt, billions of dollars of debt, and Jeff Lurie would basically I might have the numbers off. Wait, what was he purchased the Eagles in 1994 for $185 million and has grown it into a franchise valued at $6 billion. Interesting. Okay, so while Jeff Lurie is worth about $5.3 billion, the Philadelphia Eagles as an organization is worth $6 billion. There's, as well as his earlier career in the film industry through Chestnut Hill Productions and his family's general cinema business. Okay. So that's how he made his money. Film, cinema. Cool. Good for him. But yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, he bought the Eagles for pennies nowadays. Yeah. Kind of crazy. Let's keep moving on. So we talked about one of the matches. No, we have talked about two of the matches from Clash in Paris. The others we haven't not talked about yet are Roman Reigns defeating Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed looked like an absolute monster in this match. I don't care what Drew McIntyre says about wrestlers and their body shape. Fact is, Bronson Reed stood toe to toe with Roman Reigns and came out looking like a beast. So, and by the way, Bronson Reed does look like he's trying to lose the weight. He's trying to get in better shape. So I'm going to give the man credit where credit is due. Bronson Reed does look like he's performing better, and he does look like he's lost some weight. And so so it's like, okay, I get the idea that, hey, professional wrestlers and all athletes should be in shape. It should be in relatively good shape. I get that. At the same time, it's hard taking off weight. I mean, hell, it's taking Jelly Roll over a year to lose 200 pounds. And so, look, let's at least give Bronson Reed the credit. You can visibly see that there's a difference in his body shape. So clearly, he's doing something to change that. And putting on a great match with Roman Reigns. So, I'm going to give Bronson Reed the credit he deserves. Keep it up, Bronson. You're doing great work. We're proud of you. Now, help Seth Rollins defend that title against CM Punk, because nobody wants to see CM Punk with that title ever again. Because he's a broken man. CM Punk can barely wrestle. He can't do it. All right, I'm sorry. Becky Lynch defeated Nikki Bella in what it was the worst match on the card, and it earned the title of worst match on the card. It did not stand a chance against being a better match than any of the other card. Any of the it had zero chance of being a better match than any other match on the card. Nikki Bella was passable except for a few mistakes. No, so thank you, Becky Lynch, for beating Nikki Bella. Rusev and Sheamus had an insane bar fight, aka good old Donnybrook match. Rusev would actually win the match by using a broken part of a broken shillelagh to help him increase the pain on his accolade lock, but also so um, Rusev leaned back. We need to make this very clear because Rusev, he leaned back for the accolade in the final moments with that broken shillelagh and made Sheamus tap out. I don't remember the last time Sheamus tapped out. So they put Rusev over big time. And yeah, Lou mentioning that Nikki Bella pulled a missed floater. Yep. Yeah, she tried to do I don't know, a float over crossbody or something. And I don't know. Her timing was wrong because Becky Lynch was nowhere near the spot she needed to be in. So Nick, what in the hell? Uh, she was there. What the? Yeah. I think I know. Nikki was just there for the check. Yeah, and yeah, because she needs it since she owes her ex-husband, not John Cena, money for child support, which is still hilarious to me. Oh God, Nikki, you ain't what you used to be. Sorry. Then with all of that, we talked about John Cena beating Logan Paul. The main event match was Seth Rollins versus CM Punk versus LA Knight versus Jey Uso. So in a fatal four-way match for the World Heavyweight Championship. And Seth Rollins actually before the match cut a promo backstage talking about how he is the best to do it, talking about all the work that he put in since debuting on Raw in 2011 or 12 with the Shield. Talked about how he has been the guy how he has been the one holding down the fort every time people leave. And like we as a W universe, we yeah, Seth is supposed to be heel, but this was a very babyface promo, and we all bought it because yeah, Seth is the best wrestler in the world probably right now. Seth Rollins is one of the best performers of all time. He is one of the best promos. He has been such a crucial part of the WWE since he debuted. Like we love Seth Rollins, and yeah, we're supposed to hate him, but it's hard when he's so damn good at what he does. And it was an awesome match. Really, it was an awesome match. However, Seth Rollins was able to get out of the good GTS with some help. And no, it wasn't from Paul Heyman. It wasn't from Braun Breaker. It wasn't from Bronson Reed because all three were ejected from the building long before the match took place. A mysterious fourth person, potentially, I'm saying fourth member of the Vision. That's what I'm saying. They haven't actually confirmed it. They kind of tease the idea that this person is in the Vision and or at least, or the very least, she is supporting her husband. Yes, that is right. The women's intercontinental champion Becky Lynch gave a big nasty uppercut to CM Punk's balls, was costing CM Punk the match and giving Seth Rollins the win. Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch stood in that ring holding the championship. Yep. But if you tuned in just long enough when the show officially ended and the post show started, there was a sign that a fan was holding in the front row asking CM Punk to please bring back AJ Lee, better known as April Mendez or April Brooks, CM Punk's wife. Lou, your balls hurt just thinking about how badly Becky Lynch uppercutted CM Punk? Didn't know you had balls, buddy. I'm just joshing. I'm joshing, okay? And so now the rumors for the last 7 days have been going, or well, 6 days, have been going absolutely wild about AJ Lee returning. And I honestly, like, I think because, and then there was supposedly a leak by WWEshop.com. There was supposedly a confirmation from this source, that source. I'm like, okay, all this happening at once, like, no way. No, because this has become a moment for the fans. And no, like, I don't think she's coming back right now. I think this has to be a special moment for AJ. Now, look, and Lou in chat, he's saying AJ Lee back tonight. Maybe. I don't think so. I think we've ruined it by how much speculation is going around. I don't think it's happening. Because the fact is that that's fine that TKO doesn't care about special moments. I get that. But Triple H and Nick Khan, they've got to be fighting tooth and nails like, no, look, we have to build this up. We have to. And the best thing we can do is also make these people that keep leaking this shit look like liars. Because the best thing that we can do is keep paying them, but keep giving them false information. It's like, oh, we're gonna do this. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Hey, boss, did you lie to me? I'm like, yep. Fucking lie to me again. Fucking do that shit again. And I'm gonna keep feeding you lies. Because I'm not gonna fire you. Why would I fire you when I know you're a liar? So I know I can feed you bullshit, and you'll just go run and tell the tabloids all about the bullshit I just told you that was real. Oh, but you'll never know what's real or not. You'll never know when I, Triple H, am telling you the truth or when I'm fucking lying to you. By the way, it's probably going to be all the time I'm going to be fucking lying to you. So don't fucking go talk to the goddamn tabloids, you stupid motherfucker. Because, like, look, Triple H and Nick Khan, they got to do this. The producers, they got to do this. They have to tell these people lies to stop leaking shit to the tabloids. Stop it. All right? You want to leak stuff to the tabloids? Go quit, then go talk to them. See how much we care. Okay? Because what you're going to be telling them is old news. It's going to be things that the fans have been speculating for years that fans are not going to care about the second you tell them. Now, I have no idea. I have no idea what's going to happen tonight, other than what WWE's already announced for SmackDown tonight. They have also made it very clear that tonight is John Cena's final Chicago appearance. This is going to mark one of his last 8 appearances. And the truth is, guys, we need to really take into consideration that there is no big surprise opponent for John Cena, that there is no amazing historical moment for John Cena at the end of his career with a match. His final match is likely going to be Brock Lesnar. That is what we're going to have to accept. I just realized this a little bit before I started, before I went live, and I was really hoping that maybe Edge wouldn't resign with the AEW. Not likely. It's likely. I don't know when his contract is up. It might be up in October, and he might resign now or later, or he may not. I'm saying right now, Edge's AEW. He's not coming back to WWE, not even for a moment. If he does, awesome. That has to be John Cena's final match. Joe Hendry, likely not going to happen. It is likely going to be Brock Lesnar. Like I said, I'm not particularly happy with that. I'd rather anybody but Brock Lesnar be his final opponent, but WWE, like they want to swerve us. They want us feeling this way because they want us completely in the dark about what they have planned for John Cena's final match and his final opponent and his final moment in WWE, or as an active member of the WWE roster. And I have no idea. I have no idea what direction they're going in. Do I want to know? I absolutely want to know, but they also realize that they can afford this year being not that great as far as content grading wise, as long as John Cena has the retirement tour that the fans want and that John Cena deserves. So I think they're going to give us everything that they're going to give us as we've seen, we're getting true, real John Cena for the rest of this retirement tour, but we have no idea who are going to be his final opponents. Likely Brock Lesnar is going to be his final opponent, unless they're announcing tonight that Brock Lesnar and John Cena will face off at Crown Jewel in Perth, Australia. Because Brock Lesnar has been scheduled to be in Chicago today. So stands a reason he'll probably show up at Smackdown, and maybe that'll be when they tell us when is John Cena fighting Brock Lesnar, because we know that's happening. Michin will be getting her Women's United States Championship match against Julia tonight with Kiana James in the corner of Julia. That should be a good match. Likely Julia's going to retain. Hopefully Julia and Michin have a really good match. Actually, before I move on any further, Lou is pointing out that the first appearance for John Cena was SmackDown in Chicago. I did not realize that. So, Lou, you're talking about the Kurt Angle Open Challenge, where John Cena answered Kurt Angle's challenge. Kurt Angle asked him, "Who the hell are you?" "I'm John Cena." "And what makes you think you can beat me?" And John Cena says 2 words: ruthless aggression. That was the beginnings of John Cena's career. And later on in the evening, backstage, Undertaker shook his hand on camera. So WWE wanted the fans to see that. So they wanted people to know that we think John Cena is gonna be a big guy, or a big name. Some people thought. Vince was not convinced, because when John Cena says that he was almost fired, he's not wrong. he actually was almost fired. John Cena almost got fired because Vince didn't know what to do with him. Stephanie McMahon knew that John Cena could rap a little bit. So he's like, let's give him this gimmick. And John Cena gets one chance to put this Doctor of Thugonomics gimmick over. And he got it fucking over. Sami Zayn is going to be celebrating his United States Championship win from last week. Likely Solo Sikoa is going to come down, complain about how when Jacob Fatu and Jimmy Uso distracted me, when you had help, when. Oh God, it's gonna be one of those feuds. Solo's gonna come out looking like a loser. Sammy is not gonna come out looking any better. So I don't know how the hell this feud benefits anybody. And then Damian Priest and Aleister Black have an official match tonight. Have no idea how that match is going to go. Likely R-Truth will be around somewhere. And then, of course, there is the rumors that AJ Lee is going to appear tonight. I don't know. I don't think it's likely. I think we need to set the real possibility that at WrestlePalooza in Indiana on September 20th, I believe it is. We're not getting AJ Lee and CM Punk in a mixed tag against Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. AEW have already changed the time for WrestlePalooza. For the week, same day of WrestlePalooza for their All Out. I think it's All Out or All In show. They've already changed the time. They don't want to go up against WrestlePalooza. So WWE don't have to do it. And the people in chat, they're making good points. TKO doesn't care about special moments. They care about money. I get that. But there's no way in hell that TKO is making all the decisions. TKO are definitely making some of the decisions. But there's no way that Nick Khan and Paul Levesque are not fighting tooth and nail to make sure that they give the fans and the superstars special moments, especially when they deserve it. Especially when we're not talking about a woman who left WWE is like, oh, you know what? I wanted to leave, start a family, and WWE, they were so supportive about it. They were really nice about it. No, her husband got her letters, got his letter that they were not resigning his contract, that his contract was being terminated the day of their wedding. Yeah, I'd be a bit sour about that still too. AJ Lee also was Vince McMahon. By this point, Vince McMahon was trying to push crazy ideas. AJ Lee legitimately was diagnosed with a bipolar disorder at some point in her younger years, and struggled with does her best to control it. And from what we could tell, seems to be in control of it very well for the most part. But Vince McMahon wanted to exploit that a little bit more than what AJ was comfortable with. AJ, yeah, I do remember her saying she was uncomfortable by the idea of displaying more of that than she wanted, and mentioned how Vince McMahon wanted her to cut a promo where she had intimate relations with a dinosaur. So yes, so yeah, AJ and CM Punk, they did not exactly have good relationships with Vince McMahon. While Vince McMahon, I'm sure in his own way, tried to show them how much he believed in them, how much he cared about them, because he is a very odd and strange man. We are not going to deny that he definitely did some things that were a little bit gray at best. As at worst, he totally ran over the line. But like I can't see AJ Lee coming back unless it's on her terms. I don't think it being in Chicago is enough. I I don't think we're gonna get AJ Lee back. At least not right now. I don't think there's gonna be a mixed tag at WrestlePalooza. And I'm telling you guys right now, if it like there are two that would be acceptable, but the problem is neither that it is not going to look good if it's either of them, because the one pick is Roxanne Perez, which completely makes sense as to why they would pick her. The problem is she's a heel right now, and if she teamed with CM Punk for this, it would kind of screw up what she's got going. So unfortunately, it can't be Roxanne Perez. In a different time, at a different time, in a different universe, this would have been the perfect time. Unfortunately, it can't be Roxanne Perez. As much as that would be a perfect choice, it can't be Cora Jade or Elena Black or Brie Coda, because she's not in the WWE anymore. She has an OF account, and she was let go more or less because they felt that she didn't didn't have the maturity she needed to still be in the WWE to be worth their time, especially when they have people in LFG that have been in professional wrestling for less than a year that look like they have more maturity than she does. Granted, maybe not as much talent. Like I'll give Brie that. She's definitely a better wrestler than them, but she's but it seems like she doesn't have the maturity. And WWE, we've seen it 100 times. They're not above releasing somebody because your maturity isn't where it needs to be. Freaking I forget the guy's name. He was gonna be in Vince McMahon wanted this. I can't remember this guy's name. He was gonna be in Evolution instead of Randy Orton, but he had showcased too much immaturity that he got nixed. Randy Orton got the spot. Um, Enzo Amore, great talker, very bad in the ring, but great talker, great personality guy, great character guy. But he kept on putting himself in positions where he was not gonna be putting WWE in the best light, where he was making an ass of himself in the locker room. He was getting thrown off tour buses. Says the guy just did not have the maturity. He did not have the love or the respect for pro wrestling that he needed to have to be brought up so quickly. But they brought him up because he was going to make the money if they could keep him under control. Unfortunately, Enzo did not like having a leash on himself. Did not like the idea of WWE having a leash on him. And even when he did things right, like, hey, I'm telling you guys ahead of time about these things that are happening that may come up later. WWE had no choice but to let him go. Now, I'm not saying that Brie Coda can't make a return to WWE at some point in the future. She absolutely can. I mean, hell, there's talk that Alberto El Patron's going to be returning to the WWE at some point. It's like, that's kind of crazy. But the fact is if I remember correctly, he didn't, while he was charged with things that were bad, he never got convicted, which could mean a few different things. One of which that he didn't do anything, or there wasn't enough evidence to convict. And Alberto Patron, unfortunately, is still showing that he can be a hothead, which could be a problem. But clearly, there always seems to be a path back to the WWE. But both sides have to be in agreement that it's the right time and that everyone is feeling respected. Now, with some people I've met, it's less so that WWE needs to show them respect, but more so they, like Alberto and Enzo, they need to show WWE that they're ready to return, that they are better, that they're in a better place than they were. Where Brie, she needs to show that she's in a better place. She needs to show that she's more mature. AJ Lee was always mature. AJ Lee was always doing what was best for the women's locker room. She was always doing what was best for business. WWE, unfortunately, at the time it was they were still very new to the idea of working with people that were from the indies, that got their experience of in pro wrestling from the indies. And bringing them in. They had done it previously, but it wasn't very often that they brought people in that weren't from a different wrestling promotion. Or, well, I guess more specifically from an established wrestling promotion. Like I said, I'm just at this point, I'm just gonna be reviewing myself. Wait and see. I don't think AJ Lee is coming back. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys next week. Tune in to Sunday House Party, and you guys have a great Friday night. Have a great weekend, and have a great week at work. And I will see you guys next week.